Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where we embark on a journey through the vast expanse of human experience, seeking to unravel the mysteries of our collective past. Today, we find ourselves at the threshold of a pivotal moment in American history, one that would shape the fate of empires and forever alter the course of a continent, the French and Indian War. As we delve into this fascinating era, let us first set the stage for the drama that was to unfold. The French and Indian War, a conflict that would rage from 1754 to 1763, had its roots in the early 18th century when European powers such as Britain, France, and Spain were vying for control of the North American continent. The Ohio River Valley, with its fertile soil and access to the Mississippi River, was a prized possession, and both the British and French sought to claim it as their own. In 1749, the British Crown granted a charter to the Ohio Company of Virginia, allowing them to settle and trade in the region. However, the French had already established a series of forts and trading posts in the area, including Fort Duquesne, which was situated at the confluence of the Allegheny and Monongahela rivers near present-day Pittsburgh. The French claimed the territory as part of their colony of New France, and they were determined to prevent British settlement. Phew! The landscape itself was a character in this drama, with its unforgiving climate, dense forests, and majestic waterways shaping the strategies and fortunes of all who sought to claim it. The Appalachian Mountains, which stretched from Canada to Alabama, formed a formidable barrier between the eastern seaboard and the Ohio River Valley, making communication and transportation a daunting task. The harsh winters, with their biting winds and deep snows, tested the endurance of even the most hardened soldiers, while the scorching summers brought swarms of insects and disease. As tensions between the British and French escalated, key figures emerged to shake the course of events. George Washington, then a young surveyor, played a significant role in the lead-up to the war. In 1753, he was sent by Governor Robert Dinwiddie of Virginia to deliver an ultimatum to the French commander at Fort Duquesne, demanding that they vacate the territory. The French refused, and Washington's expedition marked a significant escalation of tensions. The Seneca leader, Tanagra also played a crucial role in the events leading up to the war. As a key ally of the British, he provided valuable intelligence and military support, helping to facilitate the British advance into the Ohio River Valley. His alliance with the British would prove crucial in the early stages of the conflict. The year 1754 saw the outbreak of violence, as a group of Virginian militiamen, led by Washington, clashed with a French patrol near present-day Pittsburgh, resulting in the deaths of several French soldiers. This incident, known as the Battle of Fort Necessity, marked the beginning of the French and Indian War, a conflict that would rage for 9 years, involving multiple theaters of operation and shaping the course of American history. The early stages of the war were marked by a series of skirmishes and battles, as British and French forces clashed in the wilderness. The British suffered a series of setbacks, including the defeat of General Edward Braddock at the Battle of the Monongahela in 1755. However, they eventually regrouped and launched a successful campaign to capture Fort Duquesne, which fell to the British in 1758. As we stand at the edge of this vast historical canvas, peering into the mists of time, we begin to discern the outlines of a conflict that would spread from the backwoods of Pennsylvania to the shores of Lake Ontario, involving thousands of soldiers, Native American warriors, and civilians. The French and Indian War was not merely a clash of arms, but a struggle for the future of North America, with its outcome hanging precariously in the balance. And so, dear listeners, we have set the stage for the epic tale that is to unfold. Join me as we venture deeper into this captivating narrative, tracing the trajectory of a conflict that would reshape the destiny of a continent and pave the way for the emergence of a new nation. Welcome back to our journey through the French and Indian War, a pivotal moment in American history that would shape the fate of empires and forever alter the course of a continent. The year 1755 marked a significant turning point in the war, as the British launched a series of campaigns to capture key French forts and trading posts. One such campaign was led by General John Forbes, who marched on Fort Duquesne with a force of over 6,000 soldiers. The French, however, had abandoned the fort before the British arrived, burning it to the ground to prevent its capture. Despite this setback, the British continued to push forward, capturing key forts and territories throughout the Ohio River Valley. In 1758, they launched a successful campaign to capture Fort Louisburg on Cape Breton Island, which gave them control of the entrance to the St. Lawrence River and access to the heart of French Canada. As the war raged on, Native American tribes played a crucial role in the conflict, with many siding with the French against their common enemy, the British. The Iroquois Confederacy, however, remained loyal to the British, providing them with valuable military support and intelligence. The Seneca leader, Tenaugrasson, who had allied himself with the British early on, continued to play a key role in the conflict, helping to facilitate the British advance into the Ohio River Valley. The war also saw the rise of several notable heroes, including George Washington, who played a significant role in the Battle of Fort Ligonier in 1758. The battle was a decisive victory for the British, and it marked a turning point in the war as the French began to lose control of their territories in North America. As we explore this fascinating era, it becomes clear that the French and Indian War was not merely a clash of arms, but a struggle for the future of North America. The conflict involved thousands of soldiers, Native American warriors, and civilians, and its outcome hung precariously in the balance. The war would ultimately lead to the signing of the Treaty of Paris in 1763, which marked the end of French rule in North America and paved the way for the emergence of a new nation. Join me as we continue to venture deeper into this captivating narrative, tracing the trajectory of a conflict that would reshape the destiny of a continent. As we transition into the latter stages of our journey through the French and Indian War, it's essential to examine the war's conclusion and its profound impact on the future of North America. The Treaty of Paris, signed in 1763, marked the official end of the conflict, with France ceding its territories east of the Mississippi River to Britain. This seismic shift in territorial control had far-reaching consequences for both European powers and Native American tribes. The treaty's provisions not only redrew the map of North America, but also set the stage for future conflicts. The British, now dominant in the region, faced the daunting task of governing their newly acquired territories. However, this expansion came at a significant cost, as the war had depleted Britain's treasury and created a substantial debt. To alleviate this financial burden, the British government imposed a series of taxes on its American colonies, including the Sugar Act and the Stamp Act, which would eventually contribute to growing tensions between the colonies and Great Britain. Meanwhile, Native American tribes, who had played a crucial role in the conflict, found themselves facing an uncertain future. Many had allied themselves with the French, hoping to resist British expansion. With the French defeat, these tribes were left to navigate a new reality as British authorities sought to assert control over the newly acquired territories. The Proclamation of 1763, issued by King George III, attempted to mitigate conflict by establishing a boundary beyond which colonial settlement was forbidden. However, this measure ultimately failed to prevent encroachment on Native American lands, setting the stage for future conflicts. The French and Indian War also had a profound impact on the development of the United States. The war marked the emergence of George Washington as a prominent military leader, who would later play a pivotal role in the American Revolution. Moreover, the conflict highlighted the need for a unified colonial defense, laying the groundwork for the eventual creation of a continental army. As we reflect on the French and Indian War's aftermath, it becomes clear that this pivotal moment in American history was a transformative event with far-reaching consequences. The war reshaped the destiny of a continent, paved the way for the emergence of the United States as a major world power, and set the stage for the conflicts that would shape the future of North America. In conclusion, the French and Indian War's legacy extends far beyond the battlefields of 18th century North America. The war's impact can be seen in the modern-day borders of the United States and Canada, as well as in the complex relationships between European powers and Native American tribes. As we continue to explore this captivating narrative, it's essential to remember that the French and Indian War was a pivotal moment in American history, one that would have lasting consequences for generations to come. That's all for today's segment of our podcast. Join me next time as we explore the dawn of the American Revolution and the birth of a new nation. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.